Is March 31st, end of Q1, and I've got tons of news for you. And what I will not be covering in this video will be posted in the newsletter here on LinkedIn and on our website at lightspandigital.com. Lots of news today, and I know what you're thinking, or maybe not. Put in the comments if I guessed this right or wrong. I will not be talking about the Will Smith slap. Punch, slap. That's it. We're moving on from that. I will be talking about how naughty Facebook is being, including a study about insights into their intent indicators, which a lot of us use for advertising, what Facebook is promising versus reality. LinkedIn has also launched a bunch of new features and updates. I will talk about some of those at the end of this video. I'll give you a list of all the news you're going to be able to find in the newsletter. And I believe we have some news from Twitter, Instagram, the usual. And some podcasting stuff. I almost forgot. I'm really excited to actually bring in some podcasting news because I haven't really talked about it that much before. But let's dive in with some news from LinkedIn. LinkedIn has announced that it's launching product pages for business pages. So in case you are in one of the industries that are going to qualify for this, not all of them will, you are going to see something like this. So if you are in software, computer hardware, financial services, insurance, education, healthcare, and pharmaceuticals, you can now take advantage of these features. You see here on the LinkedIn Campaign Manager, they're presenting it as software. You can see that people can review. So people can leave reviews. It can show what companies are using that software. And then the admins of those company pages can actually request to be disconnected from these product associations. So for companies that have products, this could be really interesting, and it's yet another place where you can collect reviews because you don't have a lot of places to choose from. So yeah, from a reputation management perspective, it may make it a little bit more complicated. However, just think about what this means in the sense that here on LinkedIn, these products are going to be tied in to companies that use them. You're going to be able to see which companies use them. So the social proof behind those reviews is probably going to be a bit more impactful. So this is to come. If you're in one of those industries, consider putting in place in your marketing strategies, consider adding in this product page feature and the reviews that can come with it. Moving on to Meta, the naughty Facebook parent company. I don't know if you've seen this in the news, but it kind of blew up yesterday. There was some leaked information coming out of a consulting firm, which is like one of the largest Republican campaign consulting firms in the country. I think their name is called Targeted Victory. Cool name, huh? Powerful name. So Facebook hired them to engage in a smear campaign against none other but TikTok. If you've been watching these, you know that I talk a lot about TikTok, the war between Facebook and TikTok, and a lot of the updates on Instagram seem to be designed to take TikTok on. A lot of the features that are copies of TikTok, but also a lot of the compensation models that Instagram is putting in place for creators are designed to pull people from TikTok, creators from TikTok to Instagram, and as a result, the creators' followers and keep them on Instagram. But it sounds like Facebook has been battling this on all fronts, including the smear campaign. And it includes op-eds and letters to the editor in major outlets promoting stories about alleged TikTok trends. And this information has been leaked by Targeted Victory campaign people. So it's quite interesting that they would actually risk their careers to come out and share this information with us, or maybe not. Maybe this is part of the entire campaign to give them more attention. Who knows? I can't put anything past them. They launched a nationwide media and lobbying campaign portraying TikTok as a danger to American children and society, according to an internal email shared. This was shared by targeted victory employees with the Washington Post. So basically, Facebook is blaming TikTok for the evils of our society and trying to distract us from the fact that they're complicit in that too, trying to distract us from privacy concerns, from all the other negative press that they've been getting and going after TikTok for it. It's just naughty behavior, Facebook. Back off. I can't even imagine how much money they've put behind this. And talking about Meta and their tendency to not be 100% truthful. I think they speak in half truths a lot. So if you do paid advertising on Facebook, you know that you are promised intent data, that the modeling that's behind Facebook advertising targeting is promising that it will match brands with audiences who are interested in what they have to offer, and that they know that these audiences are interested in X, Y, and Z based on their behavior on Facebook. And they also promise us, the audiences, that by using our interest data, they're only going to show us ads that truly interest us. So they're making a promise that we're going to have a better experience on Facebook because they're so sophisticated that we're not going to see spammy advertising, things that we don't care about. And they're making the promise to advertisers that they're going to be matched with the right people and everybody wins. Well, hold on a minute. Because it took some really nice young people at university and PhD level to do a study. It's actually very simple to do a study like that, because most people don't know, but if you go into your advertising settings in your private account, in your private Facebook account, you go into your advertising settings, Facebook will tell you exactly what interest it's matched you with. So you can go and see for yourself, are the interests that they tagged to your account, are those truly what you're interested in? Just give it a shot and tell me what you find out. So these young people went and created some accounts and played around, and Facebook gave them this interest data. And then they also did a second part of the study. I'll put a link in the newsletter that I'll publish so you can read all the details of the study. But what they discovered is that 33% of inferred interests were inaccurate or irrelevant. That's a pretty big number. When I look at my advertising results, when I look at the budgets that we spend in there, if you were to say 33% of that, you're just wasting. You're just throwing it down the drain because this data is inaccurate. It totally changes our perspective on how we look at the value of Facebook advertising in our advertising mix. It seemed for a long time that Facebook advertising was working, but as people put more privacy controls in place, third-party apps and Apple put more privacy controls in place, Google is coming up with their own set of controls. They're not live yet, but it's rumored that they're working on them. The data on Facebook has just become worse and worse. And now we're looking at a third of it not being accurate, at least when it comes to matching people with their interests. So let's move on from Facebook and Meta. I wanted to talk a little bit about LinkedIn. They've announced quite a few interesting features, but the one that's more interesting has to do with creator accounts. It seems like all social networks are investing more in encouraging creation of original content and boosting creators. So they're launching some new metrics for creator accounts so you can get a better in-depth view. Trying to find a screenshot of this so you can get a better in-depth view of how your campaigns, how your content is performing. And they're also adding a feature so that you can add your newsletter, your LinkedIn newsletter, to your featured section of your LinkedIn profile so people can subscribe straight from there. So if you want to try it out, go to my profile, go to the feature section, and you're going to see my newsletter right there. You can click to read it or subscribe. There's not much to read there yet. I launched it last week, so last week's news is there. This week's news will be published there as well. So if you don't want to miss it, hit that subscribe button. For creator accounts, they're also launching that ring bell icon feature that YouTube has, so you can subscribe to notifications for those creators or not. So small features, but actually it all adds up and it all points to LinkedIn's intent to empower creators to do more. So if you're a leader of a company, you may want to consider jumping in, switching your account to creator mode and taking advantage of all these new interesting features that they're providing. And podcasting news. There's more updates from LinkedIn. I'll put them in the newsletter. There's something new from Instagram as well. Instagram is shifting over to full page view, so you can scroll to all the different types of content. Just scroll through them like you were on TikTok, but it looks really ugly because you have this combination of image posts and videos and reels and all of that. It has to fit within this vertical display. But again, Meta has to keep up with TikTok. And a bit of news from Twitter. I will include that in the newsletter as well. And I wanted to talk about podcasting news. So one, there is an award. If you want to win an award, you can submit your podcast by May something. I'll put the date in the newsletter. It's by the same people who have the Webby Awards. The winners are going to be announced in November. So here's your opportunity. I will put that information in the newsletter. But also, a leaked document. I feel like today we're talking about a lot of leaked documents. A leaked document from YouTube from a presentation deck. My favorite word is deck. I cringe every time I say that, but that's what people know them by, right? So in a deck that was leaked, we are able to see this podcast. It was leaked to Pod News, and YouTube is introducing podcasts. So you see here what they may be looking like. There's going to be a page dedicated to them. So it's going to be, so far, the leaked information says that it's going to be youtube.com/podcast. There's nothing there yet. But, a lot of people watch YouTube as if YouTube videos as podcasts. A lot of podcasters post their video recordings of their interviews on YouTube. I'm one of those people, for example, when I heard of Joe Rogan, I didn't even know that there was a podcast separate from the YouTube podcasts. Also, I'm one of those people who got suckered into paying for the YouTube premium, whatever, so I don't get advertising. So I actually can hear videos. I can turn off the screen and do other things and just hear the video. So for me, YouTube has always had podcasts, but now they're making it official and they're going to be monetizing it. So when in this deck, when they're saying they're looking ahead, they're looking at audio ads, and they're supposed to be launching those in 2022. So that's the big news of the day. I will, like I said, let me see if I can give you a quick run through what you can expect on the newsletter. And again, if you want to find that, you can go to my profile, and in the features section, there should be a link to subscribe or read the newsletters. I will put there a brief summary of the news. They're the show notes. So they're not going to have as much analysis. It's literally the data that I pulled together to share this with you. So if you want to hear my thinking around some of these things, you're going to have to watch these videos. And I do really appreciate, I already know that some of you are watching these every week, and I am so grateful to you. As always, please send me your comments, send me your thoughts. And in the newsletter, you can expect to find all the news from LinkedIn. There's like 5 or plus pieces of news there. The 3 things from Meta. So the TikTok smear campaign, Instagram's new full screen testing, and the study about the high inaccuracy of their inferred interest matches, the podcasting news, and you're going to be able to see something from Twitter, the new collaborate on tweets feature that's going to come, and you will be able to see what it's going to look like, or at least what they're testing right now. So thank you for tuning in today. I will be back here with you next time. In the meanwhile, send me your comments or subscribe. I will see you next time.